All right. Okay, Virgo. I'm going to use my wand, and let's go ahead and magic wand here. See what y'all have. The Page of Cups and the King of Wands. All right, nice. So the Page of Cups can be a younger person. This can be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, and or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Oftentimes it's news that we get that we just love. It makes our heart sing. It could be a creative project. It can be gathering with other people that are important to you, that means something to you, family, friends. It can be the birth of a baby or a baby announcement. There's many things, but this Page of Cups, and you can see the fish is in the cup itself. So it kind of reminds you of Pisces, but not necessarily. Like I said, it can be one of the water signs. This can be a child as well, like I said. And it's extending you some sort of feeling of satisfaction, joyful satisfaction. Then we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is looking towards this Page of Cups. Very interesting. And this king would represent a fire sign, and that would be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, so you think of the King of Wands. This would be someone who's a creative extraordinaire. Possibly a writer, an actor, an artist, a painter. It can be a creative thinker, just someone who's really done well with their mental thinking, putting creative projects into play. Just a really passionate, knows how to get things done type of person. This card always reminds me of Leo, I think, because of this line here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It does feel like it represents one of the fire signs. So you may want to tell me in the comments below who this is. This could be water and fire. I mean, maybe they're two different people. This is either a person and or news of. This to me feels definitely like a person. A fire sign person. So it's interesting. This is for the first 2 weeks of April. So it seems like that they are backing this news, or they are part of this news, or they are extending their hand out to you. So think again about any fire signs that are in your life that are important to you and or that you've met recently. I feel like some of you have met this person through maybe someone you work with, maybe a friend that you know. But this is it feels like, now some of you may say, oh no, this is a Sagittarius that I can't stand and that's given me a lot of problems. And if that's the case, then of course put the comments below. But I feel like that they're here to back you up. I have good feelings around them. Let's see what the clarification or, wow, that's nice. Oh, Virgo, good for you. Okay, so this is the Ten of Cups. And here you have 2 cup cards. So this is really about your home foundation, what makes you happy. It could be that, you're remodeling. It could be you're putting a pool in the backyard. It could be that you're, like I said, the birth of a baby, bringing pets home, adopting a pet, whatever makes this happy home, happy family, and this wonderful, loving feeling that this family has. You can see the man, woman, the 2 children. This could be a variety of instances, but it's just happy, 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 joyful. I really kind of now want to see what the other card is. Okay, this is the Ten of Wands. So you have 2 tens. So it's kind of like you've been working hard and you're wanting to lay your burdens down because this is the feeling you want to accomplish. This is about coming more from your heart space. And this Libra full moon at the end of March is about how can we relate better to people in our lives? And if you've been working hard, Virgo, which I don't doubt that, and you haven't stopped for a moment and you've been pushing, it's now time to put the work down, relax, and enjoy, for a lot of you, the time that you have with loved ones. All right, so the totem animal seems to be an antelope. So, I don't live in an area where that we have them, but I do know that, some parts of the northern United States, Canada, and then other parts of the world probably would. So you may want to see what antelope, about their personality, the meaning of an antelope, and see what that signifies to you if it does resonate with you. Again, this reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If it doesn't connect with you, watch your rising sign. A lot of this has to do with what makes your heart happy, Virgo. I know you all like things in place, but it may be time to sort of be expansive and creative and intuitive, right? I get a lot of the color green. So when I think of green, I think of a couple different things. It can be the heart chakra. So I just said opening your heart. It can be healing. If some of you all are healing your emotions from a relationship or from a friendship that's gone awry. And it could be more money's coming. Again, green means several things to me. Sometimes it means Ireland, Scotland to me. So, but I'm feeling more like healing in your heart chakra. And, possibly opening up to new finances. But I feel like this is an important part of getting to the new finances. This happy heart, being happy at home, being satisfied at home, or in your community. Okay, let's see what else comes up for Virgo. Anything else? That green keeps coming up. All right, I got this the other day for someone, but it's not the same. It's not the same visual in the crystal. A very, very, very large turtle. In fact, it would be, what is the other name for the large turtles? This would be like in the sea, not the kind that you see at a pond, but more like a sea turtle. Very, very large. So you may want to look that up as well and see what those large sea turtles, what they're about, and if you resonate with them. Okay. Anything else for Virgo? I saw this for one other sign. Any of you all that are planning on sailing, this would be around a lake, sailing, skiing, and that can be either water and or snow ski. It's a little late in the season. Well, I don't know. April, it's. I know in the northeastern part of the United States, there's been a ton of snow. So maybe not. But maybe this is a good time to do this during Mercury retrograde if you have a trip already planned, or maybe you're thinking of a trip later on this year, possibly November, December area too as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and add up the cards. We have 1, 2, and then we have 2 10s. So 22, and 22 is a master number. 2 10s and 2 1s. So a 22 is a master number of building, laying your structure down. It's 2 2s, and 2 is about feeling out, being sensitive to what needs to be done. Adds up to 4, and building that foundation around connection with others. Like I said, opening your heart. It's a very solid number. Earth, people that are born on the 4th or have a 4 life path, or born on the 13th or the 22nd, again, or have a 22 life path. Do wonderful in real estate, contracting work, anything that has to do with our earth, gemstones, crystals, that sort of thing. And the 4 in the major arcana is the Emperor card. And this is the archetypal father figure, can be a Capricorn. Some people say Aries. And this card indicates a male authority. Can also be government. We have tax time coming up in the United States. Can be a lawsuit, parking ticket, a summons, that sort of thing. It also can represent a spirit guide, that maybe a spirit guide is around you. So, if you want to go the more metaphysical way, then I would say tune into your spirit guides, meditate more. It may even be if your father has passed on, someone of that nature, and or if it's definitely more of an archetypal father figure here on earth, or court or judge, then maybe you have some of that going on. That's not showing up in the cards, but that doesn't mean that it's not going on for you, right? Let's see. Yeah, this person just has a large capacity to tell others what to do. Now, it could possibly be this king. That's not the usual of the King of Wands. This king, by the way, BTW, can be a man or woman. So don't get thrown off by this man. It can be a woman as well. I'm just saying there's some sort of authority around your reading that keeps things moving forward. So, tune into yourself and see if it's a spirit guide or someone or some essence here on planet Earth. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. They came out fairly easily, and so that's interesting to me. It's sometimes that they really want to chat with you. So let's see what the second half of April says. Well, these are 2 really nice cards. This came up for another sign, and I had, for the last sign I did, and I just said I haven't seen this card, and now seeing it twice is pretty interesting. So we have the Empress card, which is a major arcana, use my wand, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles. So the Empress card, it represents an archetypal mother figure. It could represent also the birth of a baby or birth of a project, just that mothering, giving birth to. Doesn't have to be a child. It can be. Some of you all might be becoming mothers or aunts or friends that are having babies, or you might be ready to birth a project. Now, if that is the case, and this, again, this is towards the end of April, it feels like you've taken, or you're going to be taking some time out to replan, rethink, make sure that you're organized so that you can go to that 8 of Pentacles, which is about having all the work that you need, making money, and feeling really good about what you're doing. So this card says, everything's moving forward, no problems. If you need to take a time out here and there and make sure that you're on the path you want to be on, don't abort the mission or the project or whatever you're working towards, another client or more clients, whatever it is, because you have the birth of something going on here. And to be able to see this through is good to take like I said, a self-imposed timeout, not all the way, don't leave, just planning. There you go. And this is a sign, of course, of the earth signs. It's Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And so I feel like you guys know how to do this anyway. All right, let's look at the first 2 weeks of, well, we have the Death card and the King of Cups. Interesting, because we know that the Death card 99.9% of the time does not mean physical death. I mean, it has before, readings here and there, but it usually doesn't. It usually means a transformation. I think some of you all are going to say, though, that I'm rubbing my eyes, someone has passed, because I'm kind of like feeling anguish or feeling disappointment, sadness, those types of things. Usually this means transformation in your life, and it might mean because the birth of this idea and you're transforming. This Death card is facing the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups, it can be a man or woman, so don't get thrown by that. The Court cards mean so many different people to everyone, but typically this is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And it can be their sun or their moon or rising sign as well. Could be a couple things. You could be transforming into being more of like this King of Cups. So this King of Cups would be very masterful with his emotions, be able to express himself, able to create so easily, and he's very intuitive. That type of thing. So it might be that you're adding a little bit of that spice to your life. Maybe you're going to take a course or attend a class that might feed you more of that type of information. I don't think this is a person. Actually, let me say something about this person too. Would be a great doctor, healer, someone like that. Again, most of the time this is not the death of a person, but it's the Death card is moving towards the King of Cups. I'm not going to scare anybody and say, again, it's transformation about you and what you want to move towards, and maybe you want to move towards this masterful type of self-expressive, self-compassion type of person. Okay, let's look at the transition card and see what the energies are underneath the surface that are playing out. Well, the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, Four. Sorry about that. The Four of Cups is where someone is feeling bored with what's going on in their life. They're ready for different action in different situations. There's the Three Cups that this person already has, which are full, they're upright. So things are in order, and the universe is giving him another blessing of another cup of feeling good, and he's like arms crossed. No, I don't think so. There's something more to it. Usually to me, what the something more to it means a sense of feeling passionate, feeling creative. Not to mean that you're going to be a painter, some of you all might, but I mean creative minded. You want to put some more juice. And, again, that could mean why you're contemplating. That could be the transformation as you're looking for more creativeness in your life. You all leave the comments below, and then we have the King of Cups here. So you all leave the comments below and tell me what these cards mean for you specifically, if you would like. The Court cards, again, this could be a person or an essence of this King of Cups. All right, I'm going to look into my crystal for Virgo for mid-April through mid-May. Well, I feel like you've been pulling a lot of, maybe not your own weight, and this is, of course, quote unquote, your own weight, but other people's weight as well, meaning that maybe you're doing more work than is called for at your work, or you're picking up the slack where others are slacking. Or maybe they've been on vacation, or maybe they've been out. Maybe they've been out on maternity leave. I don't know. I'm just saying there could be a couple different things that could apply towards. You're picking up the slack. Maybe it's at home as well. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so is that what I think it is? Which is what it's come up before. I'm looking for your totem animal, Virgo. Oh, I see it again in a different way. Okay, so this is like a roadrunner. I've seen the roadrunner in this crystal before, but not this same. You know, these crystals have inclusions so that every time you look at them, you see something different. So look at what a roadrunner brings up to you. That's come up in one other reading, but it was a couple months ago. So, you know, look at roadrunners. They move quickly, you know, beep, beep, but they like to move fast. And so see what the perils are of moving too fast, but what's also beneficial and how that changes. All right. What else comes up for Virgo? Okay. I'm seeing so many different things. I'm trying to make sense of them. This is interesting for you all. It's a little bit different. Okay. Some of you might be planning, it feels like it's a celebratory mode. It's sort of the cornucopia of good food, good drink, getting together with others. That would be awesome if you had have a chance to do that. It could be kids graduating from high school, college. It could be a family get together coming up. It could be you're going on a vacation or a picnic. I kind of saw it as like a picnic, but to me that means enjoying family, enjoying friends. Okay, anything else that we want to show? Well, I'm also seeing, this is a hawk. Okay, so you may want to, hawk and roadrunner, and compare those. Interesting. Okay, Virgo, I'm seeing a lot of, and I do sometimes see a lot of amber, but with yours, with looking into you, a lot of amber, which can mean second or third chakra. This ball's wanting to move today. Second chakra would be, mother, feminine intuition. Third chakra is more yellow, and amber's sort of I guess amber's more yellow. So it's feeling your power, taking care of your digestive system. Okay, let's count the numbers on the cards. We have 3 and 7 is 10, and 4 is 14, and 14 and 13 is 27, 28. Well, 2 and 8 is 1, so it really is about you focusing on what you want, Virgo. You might want to, try out. Of course, everybody's changing. All signs are changing and doing things differently. We're in a really precipice of time right now. But, you may want to take on more like the quality of an Aries sometimes. Something that's about, me, and take that on. Ones are very creative. Ones are very intuitive in numerology. Take action, self-determines, can start any situation themselves. So I feel like speaking of, the one in the major arcana cards is the magician. So I feel like some of you all are feeling sort of like you're needing to be the magician. You're needing to turn, butter into cream and just take what you have and make it really something beautiful, something exciting for you, something creative for you. There's some transformation going on, and you're not the first. Of course, we all are, but you're not the first sign. Maybe the second or third, and I've done probably 9 now. But you have this card came out for you all. I usually look for a butterfly in it because that's really what's transforming. It's like opening up your wings and flying.